Welcome everybody. On behalf of Roseborough Travel, thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Amanda Malone. I'm one of the owners of Roseborough. Kathy and Tiffany are at the office right now. It's been a busy day at Roseborough. A very busy, hot day. Is everybody escaping the heat? And happy to be in the AC, right?
Amen.
Yes, I know. So we have a wonderful guest speaker here today. It's Miss Ariane from Trafalgar, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about traveling the United States of America. She's going to talk to you about a special event in Germany, as well as traveling to Spain. Now, Ariane is our Trafalgar rep, and she is wonderful. So I know she's going to bring to you some really amazing travel experiences that you can have when traveling the world. And on behalf of Roseborough Travel again, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you enjoy some food and drink. And this is, Spanish food, and Chad over here from Mulligan's is the one that put all of that together for you. So let's give Chad a round. Very good. All right, come on up, Ariane. Thank you very much. And I will let you take it away because I know you have a lot to share.
I do have a lot to share, so thank you, Amanda, and thank you, Roseborough Travel. Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out as well. So, just to start out, my name is Ariane. I am the district sales manager for North and Central Florida with Trafalgar Vacations, Brendan Vacations, and Cost Savers as well. So you'll see in these great little lovely red bags, we have all of our brochures put together there for you. When you get a chance, please fill out, there's a form of the grand prize entry form, and just gather some more details about where you'd like to travel to. And we also do, I'm going to steal this from you, don't mind, sir. We also do have this really great little form here that if you are looking to actually make a deposit today or in the next few days here with Roseborough Travel, you actually get a discounted travel or a discounted deposit for your actual travel as well too. So it makes it easier and fundable, so definitely something to look at if there's a destination you guys are interested in as well. Is there any specific destination that somebody really wants to know about or is like on their bucket list and really wants to travel to? Anybody? Where do you want to go?
Switzerland.
Okay, it's a great destination. Sir?
Two. First choice is Vietnam, Cambodia, and second is Trans-Siberian.
Oh, wow. That's very, very interesting. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to go to Egypt,
Okay.
and I want to go back to Iceland in the spring and summer.
Okay. Anybody else before I start? Yes, sir.
Italy.
Italy, yes. That is also a very popular seller. So Iceland, Italy, Ireland, those are some of our most popular. Then followed by actually USA and Canada is actually, so Europe is our bread and butter, followed by USA and Canada. Also other really great destinations. So we are a worldwide company, but without further ado, I'm going to get started. So today I'm going to talk to you about the old pioneers of the Wild West. It's one of the groups that we have actually. We have about 4 different groups that's actually traveling with Roseborough Travel. So keep this in mind for destinations. Of course, we have other destinations besides these 4 groups that I'm talking about today that we can always go into more depth with you as well after the presentation, okay? So imagine yourself in the old Wild West. Anybody know where the Grand Canyon is? What is that? I can't hear it. Shout it out. Arizona. All right, good deal. Yes, you're all correct. That's the good news. I've got a couple other different guesses in the past. But this is, when you really think about going and traveling out west, you really want to think about just the actual overall experience that you have. And it always comes down to a 6th sense experience where you've ever traveled to in the past, where it comes down to seeing something, to taste it, touch it, feel it, being able to breathe in that fresh air and be able to remember to that moment when you experience those types of things. And that's a great thing with Trafalgar tours that you'll have, being able to have a full-on sense where you want to go to Vietnam or if you want to go to Iceland in the spring, and be able to have all that. So these are some of these experiences that we want to be able to bring to you, but of course you have a really great amount of other guests that are experiencing that with you as well and having their own individual experiences along in our groups that we travel with.
All
right, this is a pretty funny one. What city houses the most lights?
Paris.
Paris could be a good one, but Vegas it is. What lake is the second largest man lake in the U.S.?
Very good.
Lake Powell. Okay. So with that, as I started to get into, it's always one of those experiences whenever you go to travel somewhere, right? And it's all the things that, some of the destinations and things that you go to experience, you always look back to say, oh my gosh, I never expected this. This was beyond the expectation. It was something that maybe you turned up your nose on, but it ended up being one of your most favorite things on a trip that you had when you traveled with Trafalgar. So with that, there's definitely, when you're traveling with Trafalgar, we actually post our reviews on our website, and that's our actual clients' feedback. People that have actually gone and done a group with us. One of the 44 passengers that traveled with us, they told us what they thought about our national parks tour, or the pioneers of the old Wild West. So we call it a FIFO score, and that we actually have a 97% average of our guests that actually have our feedback. So that's good, bad, and otherwise. It's all the feedback from our tour directors, the overall end-to-end customer service experience with us and traveling with us. But something that we're very proud of, and we're not shy about that either. So with that, we have a couple different travel. We have 8 different travel styles with us, and with that, it always ranges within a different type of people. You might be on a motor coach with us, and you might have people from Australia, New Zealand. You might have some of the Icelandics with you. You might have people from China. You're not really sure what you're going to get of the other clientele that are going to be also on that motor coach with you, but it's definitely a wonderful experience. Our typical groups do average from 44 to 52. Who was the gentleman that said they wanted to go to Italy? Okay, sir. So yes, Italy is a very popular destination. With that, it's motor coach is usually probably packed along with Iceland and Ireland. But you will find with us, it's 44 passengers on a motor coach to 52 depending. We also do a smaller group that is called a hidden journey, where you can do 26 passengers as well. So we have a couple different types of sizes depending on the trip itself that you're looking to go and experience. We try to make it easy as possible for you, so you're relaxed the whole entire way. But with that, if you were to go and experience Trafalgar with us, the great factor is that you have kind of like backstage passes to the VIP spot to go and be able to cut all the lines for that are other people that didn't book with Trafalgar or with Roseborough Travel. Didn't get a chance to have that experience. They've been waiting in line for 4.5 hours. They're hungry, they're tired, they're beyond past waiting to get into either a national park or to go on to that experience. We kind of do the behind the scenes pass, so a VIP pass with us as well. And we do have our lovely motor coaches as well. They are leather seats with air conditioning, extra leg room. You'll also find that you do have Wi-Fi on those buses. That could be, or on motor coaches. It could be a good or bad thing to have Wi-Fi these days. But you'll do see here that we do have a couple different guests that also explain their experience with Trafalgar and traveling with us as well. All of our itineraries are totally handcrafted. So you'll find that my product team is always trying to recreate the wheel and trying to figure out new destinations or trying to reroute an actual trip together in order to bring that experience for you to want to be able to travel on that with us as well. How many of you have stayed at like a Marriott hotel or a Hilton or a typical chain hotel? I have to. How many of you have ever gotten a chance to stay at kind of a property that was maybe off the beaten path, something you would have never suspected? Okay. Well, with that, you kind of get a little bit of a mix of both with Trafalgar. You might have your typical chain hotels that you have an opportunity to stay at, but you know what their standards are and you know what you're going to have there. Unlike other destinations when you're going, you might be able to have an experience where you're staying in someone's home, or you might be able to have an authentic type of accommodations of staying at Ashford Castle in Ireland, and having the keys to the castles for the day and living like a king and queen. So there's different authentic accommodations. The reason why we do that is because some of these properties actually do have a story behind the typical story that maybe you would never have gotten a chance to have an experience with. So that's the reason why Trafalgar does partner up with some of maybe the off the beaten path types of hotels that maybe you never had a chance or never thought that it was a place you wanted to actually ever go stay. So here's some of the different types of choices of trips that you can actually go and experience with us. There are, when you're actually going to travel with us, maybe you wanted to go and fly over the Hoover Dam for a day. You can have that experience with us. Maybe you wanted to just be able to kick back and relax during your lunchtime. You know, there's people that are going to want to be able to have a 4-course meal and be able to have a full-on meal with wine and hors d'oeuvres and everything else as well. Versus some people that may want to have an experience where they kind of just go and grab a cheeseburger somewhere and then they're on to go back to one of the sites or museum or something that they want to go experience it. So you do have that choice when you do have that free time, that you are truly at leisure as well. But you have options of things of what you can go and do with us as well. So our tour directors also make a huge factor of why you want to go and travel with Trafalgar as well, because our tour directors, they're not your typical history teachers, which I know a lot of you, how many of you loved your history teachers when you were back in school? Right, okay, so there's you two that loved your history teachers. How many of the rest of you really loved your history teachers? Because there wasn't any hands up here. So our tour directors are somebody that's very different. You know, they try to go off the beaten path, but they're great because they're with you the whole entire way with us from the moment that you've arrived to the moment that you have, you know, just left the trip with us. I mean, these are people that you make lifelong friends with, and they can give you different destinations, or they may also be able to oversee other tours. They may come from another country, but they're also being able to become your friend, and they're not just your loving history teacher. I promise they're way more fun than what you all thought of your boring history teachers. So they have more of a character and personality, and they are some of the best people to actually travel with as well. So here's just some of the reviews of some of our travel directors and just other guest feedback from actually traveling with Trafalgar. When you go to experience with Trafalgar, the nice thing is that you'll have your actual motor coach driver, you'll have the tour director, sometimes you'll have local specialists in the destination, so they're a little bit more going into depth about the actual destination as well when traveling with you. A Be My Guest experience, you can get a chance to, if you're going out into the Old Wild West, get a chance to have a wine and beer type of experience. But this is a moment where you could actually go into someone's home and go and stomp wines with the locals and being able to rub elbows with them and get to know them beyond typical types of experience where they're welcoming you into your home and to be able to experience that with them. So going into the pioneer adventures of the Old Wild West, you'd actually start in Phoenix. This kind of gives you an idea of what the actual itinerary really truly looks like. And then you work your way up around Arizona, where the Grand Canyon is from, to Utah, and then you finish in, where was the city with all the lights? Las Vegas, that's right. So this gives you at least a great idea of the accommodations you have with us. It gives you a little bit of an idea. So I'm going to get into some of the promotions here in a little bit as well. But just some things that you want to remember. I heard a couple of you, how many of you have traveled with Trafalgar in the past? Okay, very good. Well, I appreciate all that business as well as Roseborough travel. Keep in mind, if you've traveled with us in the past, you do get a repeat traveler discount with us. So we do give you 5% back as well too, or frequent traveler discount as well. We do have different types of rooming lists where you could go single, double, triple, and a quad room depending on how that works out within the destination that you're looking to travel to as well. So there are discounts when you're traveling for the triple and the quad. Okay. So next I'm going to go into Northern California. So you actually want to start out on the Pacific there. So you want to start out in over in the San Francisco area. We're going to finish back in San Francisco as well. How many of you have been to Northern California? How many of it was your favorite trip? I know it's Amanda's one of her favorite trips that she's ever done in the whole world, she was saying before, and so it was really interesting. Out of all the places you've been to in the world that you love, Northern California.
What place of Hawaii is your favorite trip?
Well, hey, you can't go wrong. I mean, you know, it's a great destination, you know. Can't say they believe it, I'd probably second that too. So get a chance to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. Getting a chance to have the wharf of the Fisherman's Wharf there. Ride the local train. We do have some great savings within a group discount when you're traveling. So if you get 10 passengers, 16, or if you get up to 26 passengers as well, here's some of the discounts that you can actually receive from us as well. When you really actually look at the savings, you can save over $500 with us. A lot of these promotions are actually combinable with us as well too. So you can actually save a lot of money with Trafalgar. A little bit of lovely reminders of all the things you want to do when you're on vacation, taking a lot of photos, being able to read up on your airline baggage, because we know how crazy that can be these days. Don't forget your phone, your camera, your iPad chargers, all the chargers we've got these days. Breaking your shoes beforehand, because that can be painful. Packing your bag and making sure you keep the list of all the things you packed already. Making sure that you have your containers with all your liquids in it these days too. And most importantly, make sure that you have that travel insurance, because you don't know what might happen on that trip when you're traveling as well too. So I want to make sure that you guys keep calm and travel on. Next on, I am going to go on to the Spanish Wonder. So just give me one brief moment here. Alrighty. How many of you are interested in traveling to Spain? Very good. How many of you have been to Spain? Very good, okay. So for those of you that have ever gotten a chance to have an experience and travel the actual Spanish Wonder, this is a wonderful experience. Actually becoming one of our top 5 bigger sellers for Europe this year as well too. For those of you in your booklets here, you'll see that we do have the Explorers Club direct mailer. So we do have an actual promotion going on with the Spanish Wonder here, where you can save up to 10% if you book now in 2017, and you get the 2017 rate for the 2018. So book now, save money, and then still be able to travel and get a great discount too. So there's the rest of the actual promotion there too. All right. So Spanish Wonder, it is a country explorer, so you are going to be packing and unpacking. You do have 8 nights, 12 meals that are included. So the majority of the time when you travel with us, you do have all of your breakfasts and dinners are included with us. It's just that lunchtime is going to be that open opportunity for you guys as well to have either that free time, just grab a quick sandwich, or if you want to be able to have a 4-course meal as well. So you do have that free time as well. And you do have 4 dinners that include a Be My Guest experience where you're in someone's home. Maybe you're learning how to make sangria or paella. I'm not really sure on that yet, but Also have your cultural insights and your local specialists. So it does tell you kind of a quick preview of all the things you're going to experience with us as well. So first day, you want to make sure that you arrive to Madrid. And then the next day, you're going to actually be doing one of the excursions and doing sightseeing. Followed by Madrid going into Cabrera Selva. Then you're going to go down to Granada as well. This is one of my colleagues' favorite destinations she's ever been to, just because it's out on the coast and she absolutely loves how beautiful it is. She had actually just came back from Spain last week as well with us, so she actually traveled on Trafalgar as well. Get a chance to go and see Valencia, Pensacola, Barcelona. Okay, so with that, anybody have an idea of going to Germany as my next destination? Does anybody know what Germany has coming up in the next 3 years from now? Right, okay. So it's Obramagao that is coming up that you guys are trying to spit out, which I can totally appreciate. Thank you for sticking with me on this as well. When going in and having that type of experience with Obramagao, the people that are actually in that town from Obramagao in Germany, they're in this open air theater putting on this play. And in Obramagao, you actually have to be one of the you have to actually be from that actual town in order to play a part in that play. This is something that only happens once every 10 years. And it is a religious play that they do, so there is that opportunity there too. But these are just some photos that we do have of the actual destination as well from it. So this is the Passion Play in the theater of Obramagao. Does anybody know what Obramagao is also famous for besides this play? Anybody know? What's that?
Do you have a military base there?
They do have a military base there, but not quite. Anybody else? Any other guesses?
On the wall of the houses.
That's a good guess, but not quite. Anybody else? Any other guesses?
Monastery there.
There is a monastery there, but not quite.
Cheese factory.
No. That's a great guess as well. It's actually wood carving is what they're actually well known for. I know. I mean, you ever get pretty close there though too. So this is what the set looked like actually last year in 2016 as well. So they had kind of covered up everything so it wouldn't get covered in all the sawdust and everything. And then this is the actual Trafalgar motor coach right in front of the actual, the authentic accommodations that you go and experience with us as well. And then this is just the town of Obramagao, just kind of get an experience of the local hotel and everything that's right in that area. Followed by just the local room and outside, so the paintings like we were saying as well. And then you also find that, once again, this only happens once every 10 years. So there's actually over 750,000 people that will actually come to Obramagao, Germany, just to be able to experience this. We have many different options, which you can talk to the team at Roseborough Travel to go if you're definitely more interested in this and being able to take this trip. This is something you can go and look into with them. I know that we do have a group itinerary that they're piecing together as well. Okay, so sorry, I had brought that up there for a second, but then I go into departing Barcelona. Is there any other destinations anybody else would like me to talk about before we officially wrap up?
I would love to talk a little bit more about Spain, if that's okay.
Sure thing. What else? When you're going into certain destinations with Spain, and being able to go and have the experiences of going in and having the going into art galleries and being able to have a Be My Guest type of experience. There's a lot of really great, wonderful opportunities that you do have. Being able to go into some of the monasteries or to be able to have some of the other opportunities that they do have with Spanish Wonder. Being able to just really indulge in their whole entire culture. Amanda, you have that tour going on. When is the Spanish Wonder that you have going on? September, okay. So how many of you are interested in that tour specifically for Spanish Wonder? You're already signed up. Great deal. Great deal. Any questions you have about that tour at this very moment?
No, I would be surprised. Surprising.
Very good.
What about the Be My Guest experience? I know what it is this year, but do you know anything about it for next year?
I don't actually have the details on it at this moment, so.
Do you know what it is for this year, or do you want?
If you want to go into it,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to.
Okay, so in all of your brochures, I'll walk up front, Brittany, so you don't have to get. But in all of your brochures, and this is something that our Trafalgar reps teach us, which I love. In all of your brochures, it will tell you a little bit. So say Spanish Wonder isn't what you're interested in, but you want to know a little bit more. If you ever wonder why I loved my California trip so much, it was because of the Be My Guest experience. And that's why I go to the brochure and go, what's the Be My Guest experience? I have to know about this. So what this year is, they say it's a traditional Andalusian dinner and a charming company of a special family there. And you're going to do an olive oil tasting and learn how to produce it and sample it. So anybody who knows me, which how many of you in this room have already traveled with me before, you know a little bit about me and you know that I'm a foodie and a wino, right? So, and how many times have I told you this? I've got claps back there, just a little bit. So if you're going to Spain and enjoying Spain and exploring the world, I'm going to go for food and wine. Well, I'm going to go to Spain and want this Be My Guest experience where these people are welcoming us onto their property, into their homes, teaching us how they're growing these olives, pressing them, making olive oil out of them, teaching us about the taste of the olive oil and how it complements the food and it complements the wine and how everything just kind of comes together. That's been my experience on every single Trafalgar tour specifically that we've done, whether we went to Costa Rica, whether we went to California, wherever we've gone with the Be My Guest experience, because Trafalgar brings us to a family-owned place. It's not Trafalgar's place, it's a family-owned company who's so prideful of their company, who's so prideful of their olive oil making facility, who's so prideful of it that they want to welcome you. They want to make sure that you love the taste of their olive oil. So I can only imagine that 2018, the Be My Guest experience is going to be spectacular. But to me, it's the food and wine that really comes out. And how many of you have been to Barcelona before? A few of you have been to Barcelona. So we were debating this in the office the other day. So we're pretty well traveled, and my favorite, and my in-laws will tell you, my husband and I went to France, we went to London, we went to Spain, and we were debating this. My husband's Italian, so you know the Italians, they want to go to Italy, right? And we loved Spain, and I think that might have been my father-in-law's most devastating blow, that my husband didn't love Italy more than he loved Spain. How can you not love Italy, right? Well, because Spain, the architecture was so vibrant. Barcelona, the street dancers were amazing. The food was incredible. It was just vibrant and energetic and amazing. That when we were coming up with a trip together, I pulled the Trafalgar brochure because I love Trafalgar. Anybody who, I'm being very honest about this. And I went to Spain because George and I love Spain. And everybody who I can ever talk to about it, I go, Spain, food and wine, great trip, great energy, just great everything. Great sights to see. Barcelona's incredible. This is a really good trip. So that's my spiel. You know, I haven't been to half of the places on here, but I would love for you to join me because
George going to Spain now?
So I kicked George out of my room on this trip. I have a friend going with me, but his dad wants to go, so George is going to go with his dad now. So George is going to go with his dad, and I'm going to go with my friend.
Any bullfighting?
You could have that optional experience. If you want to go in and do that, you can absolutely go and do that. To go and enjoy when they do the tomato festival, where they'll actually grow the tomatoes and be able to have the to see the bullring.
There's only one place that they do bullfighting. Where is that? You know?
I'm not sure, but I know that they do have that actual optional excursion for you available.
Where we're going, we're gonna go see flamenco dancers.
Right.
She's going now. And then it means I have to go and bring the babies.
Nope, she can't go.
We do have family experiences too, you know.
Yeah, not this one though.
Okay, all right.
So that was that trip. And Oberammergau, I was telling Ariane today, I've had Oberammergau since I learned about it 7 years ago. I'm probably the very first, Roseborough travel agency is probably the very first travel agency on the 10-year wait list 7 years ago. I mean, they only do it every 10 years, but 7 years ago we signed up to get some group space on that because they only do it once a decade. So
There's a lot of supply. And we have 750,000 other travelers that will travel to go and actually experience Oberammergau as well too. And there's different types of tour options that you can, of course, always go and choose from. Just for those that really want to be able to entrench themselves in that experience versus other areas and destinations that, you know, in other parts of Germany that maybe you want to still go and experience while you're there during that time when everything else is going on as well. Yes, sir.
What part of, what location is Oberammergau? That's my first question. My second question is, if you finish the tour, but you don't want to come back to the U.S., but you want to go someplace else, how does that all work out?
So to answer your first question, it's right outside outskirts of Munich.
Oh, okay.
And the overall, if you're looking to actually do add-on career posts, though, please talk to the team at Roseborough Travel to be able to assist you whether you want to go and extend and either do extend off of that trip as well
Okay.
too.
And just because I didn't realize this at first, it's not actually a religious tour that you go on. You go on just a regular tour, whether it's an Italian tour or a German tour, you know, a tour of Switzerland, you know, there's so many different options you can go on. And then just, it's always the very end place you stop is to see the Oberammergau Passion Play. So all it is just the very end place you go. What they say is you think it's hard to get tickets to Hamilton. Think about how hard it is going to be to get tickets to this.
Right.
So this is just going to see the Passion Play in 2020 as your very end point to an already fabulous tour. So, and we can always add on anything from there because it's just the ending point to a regular tour.
Awesome. So thank you guys for all coming out. We really do